So welcome back to the channel, fam. Hi, I'm Lita and I read cards. Okay, so there's not going to be any editing on this video today. I have as of yet to choose a new video editor and all of that. So I'm just going to do it, straight through like how I used to. Um, Today's reading is going to be a love reading. Today's reading is going to be about a relationship. We're going to look at it in retrospect, okay? We're going to look at how you thought the relationship was versus how it really was, okay? Because I have noticed that a lot of times we all go through this. We all have at least one, if not many, of our relationships where we thought it was one thing, and even in the middle of it, and sometimes even afterwards. And then all of a sudden, somebody else comes through and tells you, that's not how we saw it. That's not how it was. And as soon as people start talking to you, you start remembering. You start really realizing stuff, right? So that's what we're going to do. Today's decks are going to be the Philosopher's Tarot. And if I need to clarify, the maybe later on. You have four choices, fam. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel thus far. You guys are the GOATs. If you find yourself watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, I ask the same question every video, fam. Why the fuck not? It's free, it's fun, and we getting facts, okay? So we're going to do it. All right. Let me go on and pull these out because no one wants to watch me fumble if I need to clarify. And I'm so sure I'm going to have to clarify because it's a romantic read. Shit, let's get to it. Let me move these over. 4, group 3, group 2. And let's get started with group number 1. So group 1, this relationship is over. And for whatever reason, you're starting to think that maybe the way you saw it is not the way it really was. Or maybe you just missed something. Sometimes we just miss things, okay? And so I'm going to attempt to get a grasp on how you thought it was, not during the relationship. After the relationship is how we're going to do it, okay? I'm going to take a look at how you thought it went looking back, and I'm going to show you how it really was, okay? All right, so let's get into it. How did they see the relationship in retrospect? And how was the relationship truly? 2 and 3. Let's get it. All right, so how did you see the relationship in retrospect? We have the Empress, which is Hypatia. We have the Tower, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the way you saw it. When you were in the relationship, you thought that your partner was a provider. You also thought that your partner was enlightened. Okay, so with it being Hypatia, it just makes me think about the fact of her being a female philosopher, mathematician, magician, okay? And I believe this is during Egypt, during the time when the Roman Empire was there. And so things were already really becoming patriarchal. And so now this world was ruled by men. Mathematics and mysticism were ruled by men. And then you have this woman coming in teaching everybody, right? She's just really on top of her game, right? I feel like you saw your partner as that type of person, and then all of a sudden, psh, your ideal of your person just got blown out the water. And I know why. It's because your person is a real hothead. And I don't think you really thought about that, okay? I don't think you suspected it, and then it just was happening, and so much so that their behaviors actually sabotaged this relationship. And I feel like at the end of the relationship, all of a sudden someone handed you the message about this situation. They're like, yeah, the relationship fell apart. It may have been the two of you when the relationship fell apart, okay? Y'all may have both been acting out. But in all reality, the problems were really caused not just only by this person, but by you're idolizing this person. Okay, this person was not supposed to be idolized. Let me take a look at the numbers here. Yeah, we got 16 and we got 3. So it's 3 and 7. Yeah. Do I see? I don't see anything else. I mean, what the only other thing I can tell you is that I feel like you realize that this was divinely inspired. The breakup, the breakup was supposed to happen. But I don't think you realized it until it just all blew up. And then when it blew up, you was just like, why am I here? Like, I shouldn't have been here. I should have walked a long time ago, and things just had to get way out of hand for me to leave, but I'm gone. Okay? You got the message. All right? Now, let's take a look at how the universe saw the relationship. So we have the Page of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands. What it looks like to me is two immature personalities coming together in a union. You got one of you that's adventurous and fiery and just wants to explore life, and you have another one that's pretty much a creep. Okay. Constantly watching, lurking, looking to when they can swing their sword again. Basically, starting arguments, plotting arguments, figuring out how to rule the thing. And you two really came together because y'all were both in some really immature energy. And because these two are going together, it's also telling me that one of the biggest immaturities to you is that because you're so for the adventure and so for the go, 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 you didn't really take enough time to do any research. And this person did all the research. This person right here, you see they're together. And this is you over here with these two characteristics together, right? This person had you pegged the whole time. That's all they did. All they did was watch you and figure out how they could manipulate you, how they could be in power, how they could always be in power. And you, on the other hand, were so busy just looking at, I guess, whatever benefits you thought you were going to get from it, however exciting you thought it was or whatever. You just missed the whole damn message, like there were signs and you missed the signs. Okay. And this entire relationship is just destruction. The marriage was just, or the coming together was just destructive off top. And that's just what it was. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this message, group one. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And let's move right on into group number 2. So group number 2. You have a relationship, it's ended. You have a different perspective of the relationship. Okay, in retrospect. We're going to take a look at how you view the relationship in retrospect. And then we're going to take a look and see how was the relationship really. Okay? All right. Let's get into it. And how was the relationship actually? All right, let's get into it. So we have the 3 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. And we have the 7 of Wands. Okay, so this is a highly sexual relationship. I feel like, looking back at it, like you're looking at it like this was something that you wanted, you went out and got it, and then you ended up having to protect yourself from this thing that you went out and got. And I think when you got it, I think you felt like it gave you some sort of status. Okay. It kind of feels like maybe you had a lot of things going on for you, but you did not have a partner. And so y'all get together and you feel accomplished. Okay. But I want you to realize how aged the person is on the 6 of Wands. Okay. This shit aged you. You were young and fresh and green before the relationship started. This relationship, although it was a status symbol, afterwards you realize it puts you in a very defensive space. it was like the thing. This is like the six wands. The six of wands is like the thing that you accomplish. It's like you have to fight the thing that you accomplish. Okay, so it wasn't really for you, and you look at it as if like it wasn't really for you. It was against you. All right. Let's see, how was it really? We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands. How was it really? How it really was is that you were trapped in a relationship while your partner was free and doing whatever they wanted to do. Now, I don't know if you realized that they were doing whatever they wanted to do, and in particular fucking who they wanted to fuck. You know, because they just feel like, you know, they're fabulous. You know, they can do whatever they want to do. You know, they could do whatever they want to do with you because they kept you locked up and had you constantly thinking about some form of reward. Okay, some sort of apple they were dangling in front of your face. That shit kept you locked in for a long time, right? But they were busy being the uncaged bird. You know, they were free as a bird and fucking who they wanted. And that's why you got this One of Wands. This is an Ace of Wands. This is an Ace of Wands here fighting the Six of Wands. They were destroying the relationship because it wasn't really a relationship. It was a facade. In reality, this was just a facade. It was never yours. Period. I don't know what else to say because I don't want to rub you guys the wrong way, but I know at some point you really cherished this relationship. Like it was really a thing, a really big thing, but it was really never anything. It was never anything to them. It was to you, but it wasn't to them. Period. Not in the beginning, it wasn't anything to them. I want you to realize this. Not in the beginning was it anything real to them. Not in the end. Okay? They just had so many things that they just are constantly starting things, but it never means anything to them. It's just about satisfaction. That's it. It's like another thing to add to their many things. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, group 2. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And let's move right on into group number 3. So group 3, you had this relationship and it ended. And you sat back, you looked at it, you thought about it, and you came up with a different perspective of what that relationship really was. Let's look at what you thought it was and what it really was. How did they see the relationship in retrospect? How was the relationship really? I couldn't get the card I wanted to give for y'all for a second there. It was being stubborn. Alright, let's get into it. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Ten of Wands. So what this tells me is afterwards you realize that this relationship was really just a bunch of torture. It was just really it was really painful. There was a lot of unnecessary arguing because your partner wants to be in control all the time, okay? And your partner does control things. And with it being the swords, it lets me know that your partner controls things by creating conflict, okay? Creating the conflict leaves them ahead in the conflict, off top, okay? And they really hurt you. They really hurt you. And you just realize this shit really burned you out. This relationship really just burned you out. It was too much. Too much work to do. It was never going to be right. Okay, now let's see how the relationship was really. We have the Eight of Cups, seeking virtue. We have the Ten of Swords, the schism. And we have the Two of Swords. Now let me tell you how the relationship really was. How the relationship really was is that you knew that you should have left right in the beginning. Right in the beginning, there was some form of argument or power struggle, and you knew from the beginning. But you just couldn't let it die. You just couldn't let it die because you had a philosophy. And you wanted to stick to your philosophy even though it was broken. And yeah, well, it broke you. It broke you. And it just continually just kept stabbing you and stabbing you and stabbing you. And you became so injured in this place that you found yourself not ever doing anything about it. It was like you're just constantly caught in the battle or being on guard, and you never did anything about it. This relationship was really meant to teach you to walk away, and you didn't do it. You didn't do it until it broke you. This relationship was a lesson. I hope you caught the lesson. And I'm going to leave y'all's group right there. So I hope you enjoyed this message, group 3. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And let's move into our final group, which is group number 4. So group 4. You were in a relationship. The relationship ended. You're looking back at it now, and you realize some things about this relationship. We're going to take a look at how you see the relationship now that it's over. And we're going to take a look at how the relationship really was. Because you might be a little bit off the mark. You could be dead on, but you could be a little off mark. Let's get into it. How did group 4 see the relationship after it was over? And how was the relationship really? All right. How did you see it? 4 of Cups. 3 of Cups. And the 4 of Swords. So afterwards, this is how you see the relationship. You see the relationship as it just wasn't what you wanted. It just didn't fulfill you. It didn't present itself the way you wanted it to. It didn't look like you wanted it to. It didn't feel like you wanted it to. And you feel like, hold on, because I'm not sure if you feel like y'all were better as friends or if y'all were friends. Please clarify the 3 of Cups for me in this reading. Yeah. Okay. And, okay, so you feel like it would have been better if you had just kept this person as a friend, but you kind of feel like you did something that pushed it along even further, okay? To make it a romantic relationship, but you should have just left it as a friendship. And this is why it died. There just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Because see, this is an abundance card, and we have the 4 swords. It just wasn't enough for you. That's how you're seeing the relationship. It just wasn't what you wanted, and that's why it died. Okay? Now let's take a look at how the relationship really was. We have the Sun. We have the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Swords. So I'm going to bust your bubble a little bit. You think that the relationship failed because they weren't enough. The universe tells me that the relationship failed because the person that you're with was a liar. Okay? The creative nothing. All right? This person, they're really good at what they do. They really had you thinking for a while that you all were happy and you were going to have a happy family, or you were a happy family, because I'm assuming with this card coming up, y'all probably have kids. The fish is up here also, so it's kind of telling me the same thing. Yeah, you just were hoodwinked. Basically, you were hoodwinked. I don't know if you were able to accept that yourself, because you're looking at retrospect and I don't see it up here at all, but it's clear as day down here. You know, this person was just faking. Period. They took whatever they could when you weren't looking. And they left you. Here go. This was in another reading we had. The last reading. Watch. If you pick this group, watch group 3 too. I think you can get something out of that because of the way the 2 of Swords is falling there. Yeah. They were just taking whatever they could, just for the benefit of themselves. And that's all it was. They were here for their own happiness. They were there for their own financial gain. And they played you. Plain and simple, you got played. It's nothing wrong with admitting that you got played. Because if you can't admit that you got played, you will continue to get played. It is what it is. Accept it. Everything that glitters. This right here, I'm going to make sure I do a snippet of this because y'all like when I show you these. This combo right here is everything that glitters ain't gold. It was not gold. It was shit. Okay. Dressed up like the sun and money. That's what it really was. Okay, it wasn't that it just wasn't good. It just wasn't enough for you. And y'all could be friends. Y'all can't be friends. This person is fake. This person is not your friend. This person is a user. Don't let that message pass you by, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this reading, group 4. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And that's going to conclude today's reading. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all in the next vid. Bye.